Today's special heartbreaking and heartbroken details. Tori and Roloff officially divorced share announcement right now. Little People Big World fans question why arrested? Why divorced? What really happened? Tori Roloff's secret boyfriend relationship revealed. Amy Roloff finally arrested.
Why?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's been getting a lot of attention online. Claims that Tori and Roloff have officially announced a divorce. A lot of people are surprised, some are worried, and many are trying to figure out if this news is actually true. So let's go through everything in a simple and clear way. First, let's start with the most important point. As of now, there is no confirmed official announcement from Tori or saying that they are divorced or planning to divorce. That's the key fact you need to keep in mind while watching this. So why is this topic suddenly everywhere? It mostly comes down to how fast rumors spread online. When one post or video suggests something serious like a divorce, it quickly catches attention. Other people start sharing it, adding their own opinions, and before long it feels like confirmed news even when it isn't. Tori and have been followed by fans for many years. People have watched their relationship grow, their family expand, and their everyday life moments. Because of that, any possible change in their relationship becomes a big topic very quickly. Some of the rumors seem to come from small observations. For example, people might notice that they haven't posted together recently, or they may interpret a comment or a moment in a certain way. These small details can easily be misunderstood. It's important to remember that social media doesn't show everything. Just because a couple shares less online doesn't mean something is wrong. Many couples choose to keep parts of their relationship private, especially when they want to focus on family life. Another thing to consider is how content is presented online. Titles and thumbnails are often designed to grab attention. Words like officially divorced or announcement right now make something sound urgent and real, even if there's no actual confirmation behind it. When you actually look deeper, a lot of these posts don't provide clear evidence. They often repeat the same ideas without any direct statement from Tori or Let's also think about real-life relationships for a moment. Every couple goes through different phases. There are good times, stressful times, and everything in between. That's completely normal. But not every change or quiet moment means a relationship is ending. Sometimes people assume the worst because negative news spreads faster and gets more attention. But in reality, many situations are much simpler than they seem online. There's also the possibility that Tori and are just focusing on their personal lives. Raising a family, managing responsibilities, and balancing everything can naturally lead to less public activity. That doesn't mean there's a serious problem. Now, let's talk about what a real announcement would look like. If they were truly going through a divorce, it would most likely come directly from them in a clear and respectful way. It wouldn't be hidden behind vague posts or based on guesses. A real announcement would leave little room for confusion. It would be direct, and it would come from a reliable source. At this moment, we don't have that. So what should you do as a viewer? The best approach is to stay calm and avoid jumping to conclusions. It's okay to be curious, but it's also important to rely on confirmed information rather than speculation. Another helpful step is to think critically about what you see. Ask yourself where the information is coming from. Is it a direct statement, or is it just someone's opinion? Also, try not to spread unverified news. Even sharing something casually can add to the confusion and make rumors grow even bigger. Respect is another important part of this. No matter what the truth is, this is still someone's personal life. Everyone deserves space and privacy, especially when it comes to serious topics like relationships. It's also worth thinking about how constant rumors can affect people. Seeing ongoing speculation about your life can be stressful, especially when it's not accurate. At the same time, it's completely natural for fans to care. When you've followed someone's journey for a long time, you feel connected to their story. Wanting to know what's happening comes from that connection. But caring also means being patient and respectful. As of right now, there is no official confirmation that Tori and Roloff are divorced. Most of what's being shared online appears to be based on assumptions rather than facts. If anything changes in the future, it will likely be shared clearly and directly. Until then, it's best to treat these claims with caution. This situation is also a reminder of how quickly misinformation can spread. Just because something is trending doesn't mean it's true. Taking a moment to question what you see can make a big difference. Before we finish, here's something simple to remember. Not every headline reflects reality. Sometimes it's just speculation that grows bigger over time. Continuing from where we left off, let's explore a bit more about why situations like this feel so real, even when there's no confirmed information. One of the biggest reasons is repetition. When you see the same claim again and again across different videos, posts, and pages, it starts to feel true. Even if each source is just repeating the same unverified idea, the repetition creates a sense of confirmation in your mind. This is something that happens to a lot of people, and it's completely normal. Our brains tend to trust information more when we see it multiple times. But in the online world, repetition doesn't always mean accuracy. Another reason is the way stories are told. Some content doesn't clearly say this is a rumor. Instead, it mixes facts with guesses in a way that makes everything sound equally real. That can make it hard to tell what's actually confirmed and what isn't. For example, a video might mention real details about Tori and Zach's past or their family life, and then combine that with speculation about a divorce. Because part of the information is true, it makes the rest feel believable too. Let's also talk about emotional reactions again, but from a slightly deeper perspective. When people hear about a possible divorce, especially involving a couple they've followed for years, it creates a strong response. Some feel sad, some feel shocked, and others feel the need to find out more immediately. That emotional response can lead to quick decisions, like sharing the news or commenting without checking if it's accurate. It's not about being careless, it's just how people naturally react to surprising information. There's also something else happening here: curiosity. Humans naturally want to know what's going on, especially when something seems unexpected. That curiosity drives clicks, views, and conversations, which is exactly why these kinds of topics spread so quickly. Now, let's shift the focus slightly and think about real-life communication. If Tori and Zach were truly going through a divorce, it's very likely they would choose to communicate that in a clear and respectful way. It wouldn't be hidden in unclear signals or left for people to guess. Public figures usually understand how quickly rumors can spread, so when there is real news, they often address it directly to avoid confusion. That hasn't happened here. Another important point is that relationships don't always look the same from the outside as they do on the inside. Even if there were challenges, and every relationship has them, that doesn't automatically mean things have reached the point of divorce. There are many stages between everything is perfect and the relationship is ending. But online discussions often jump straight to the most extreme conclusion. Let's also consider how silence is interpreted. When there's no response, some people assume it confirms the rumor. But in reality, silence can simply mean that someone doesn't want to engage with speculation. Responding to every rumor would be exhausting, and sometimes ignoring them is the healthiest choice. Now, thinking about this as a viewer, there are a few helpful habits you can build. First, slow down your reaction. When you see something surprising, take a moment before believing it or sharing it. That small pause can help you think more clearly. Second, look for direct evidence. Has either Tori or Zach actually said anything about this? If not, then it's still unconfirmed. Third, notice the language being used. If something sounds overly dramatic or urgent, there's a chance it's designed to grab attention rather than provide accurate information. Fourth, consider the bigger picture. One small observation doesn't tell the whole story of someone's life or relationship. Another important thing is how we talk about these topics. Conversations online can sometimes become very negative or judgmental, especially when people assume the worst. But keeping discussions respectful makes a big difference. No matter what the truth is, kindness and understanding should always come first. Let's also think about the impact of constant speculation. Imagine having thousands of people discussing your relationship, making guesses, and drawing conclusions without knowing the full story. That kind of attention can be overwhelming. That's why it's so important to avoid adding unnecessary pressure by spreading rumors. At the same time, it's okay to stay interested and informed. There's nothing wrong with wanting to know what's happening. The key is to separate curiosity from assumption. Right now, the situation hasn't changed. There is still no confirmed announcement that Tori and Zach Roloff are officially divorced. Everything being shared is still based on speculation rather than verified facts. So the best thing to do is stay patient and wait for real updates. If something important does happen, it will become clear through reliable sources. Until then, try not to let repeated headlines or dramatic titles create unnecessary worry or confusion. Before we wrap up this part, here's one simple idea to keep in mind. Seeing something often doesn't make it true. It just means it's being shared a lot. Taking a step back and thinking critically can help you avoid being misled. So for now, there's no need to panic or assume the worst. It's better to wait for real updates and keep a